Brock Raleigh program.
Apparently facts and evidence and the rule of law are all just tiresome, troublesome things of yesteryear. Well, now we just emote all over the place with leftist sentiment. And we just sort of throw people to the wolves to save our own butt by way of race riots, etc. I don't blame the normal leftist lineup that's usually race baiting, poverty pimping all over the place. I blame the media. I blame the media, who has a long track record of vile, disgusting, vacuous villainy. And once again, America is paying the consequences for this renegade, ridiculous media. They just carpet bomb our country without consequence or remorse. This is not me just blowharding. This is me blowtorching facts in your direction. We have scar tissue all over our face. The media is like a wife beater, blackening our eye and bruising our skin. We're the battered wife, and they're like the villainous wife beater with the sloppy Joe stain, half drunk all the time, no consequences. That's what we got going on. What I want to do is lead a movement to destroy them. Absolutely destroy them until they're in jail. Their criminal rap sheet is endless. Whitewashing the blood-stained hands of their fellow leftist ideologues like Stalin and Castro. A machine of media sycophants that cover up mass graves, gulags, starvation. All because the perpetrators of these crimes fly the progressive statist flag, as do they. So whitewash away. In 1962, wearing the dress of journalism, pushed a book called Silent Spring. Radical rag journalism peddled this settled science. Sound familiar? Even while they were peddling it, it was manufactured and everybody knew it. But worse yet, legislation was then built on this myth, which now is proven to be responsible for millions and millions of human beings losing their lives in Africa and beyond. Because they banned DDT and then millions of people died of malaria. No apology, no retraction. They just continue to peddle their settled science saga, fairy tales in just new and inventive ways. No consequences. 1991, the KKK leftist media digitally lynched now Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. What was this guy's crime, this distinguished black man? Well, it was leaving the leftist plantation, refusing to pick their ideological cotton like a minority media slave. They lied, slandered, libeled the guy, and when that didn't work, drug out some two-bit charlatan to accuse the guy of sex crimes. And this progressive show pony was refuted before she even opened her mouth. When that didn't work, they attacked Thomas's white wife with racial slurs, reminiscent of the KKK Democrat ancestors of the South, who they now hearken in just new ways. They just revamp. They give their racism a facelift with the new leftist plantation, that MSNBC parades. In 1995, the media malfeasance mob claimed that Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh was a Christian terrorist. This absurd lie that this guy perpetrated in the name of Christianity is so ridiculous because not only is McVeigh not a Christian, but he has a body of anti-Christian literature that would make the atheists gaggle at the New York Times proud. And they had this literature in hand when they constructed this media myth. Whole cloth that Americans have now marinated in for decades. In fact, to this day, when the religion of peace needs some cover, you have the leftist outfits drag out McVeigh's name and then tag him with Christianity. Total lie, total ridiculousness, absolutely no apology, no retraction. They just steady on, carpet bomb and move on. In 2004, Dan Rather, the lead actor of wait for it, BS News, calculated a story to destroy a sitting conservative president with documents that were forged, likely forged by his very own network staff. So wait for it, BS can't be troubled to report actual crimes by this administration. But they have the resolve and imagination to report imaginary crimes from Republicans. Journo List in 2010, a confidential message board available only to left-wing members of the media, pardon the redundancy, exposed nearly every media network of scheming to make sure that no media stories harming Barack Obama ever saw the light of day. In fact, they only hasten their step towards lapdog media of this kind. ClimateGate. Millions of Americans to this day are left to marinate in this man-made media warming myth nonsense. Bet half of you don't even know that thousands of emails were found proving that climate scientists were doctoring data to outfit their dishonesty, and that they worked hand in hand with the media to perpetrate this global warming fabrication. And since that story, thousands more ClimateGate emails have been released, And I bet your alphabet soup media forgot to tell you that. By the way, here's a note. On that story, follow the money. And you're not going to find big business. What you're going to find is big leftism, wielding this like a political sword. This stuff goes on and on and on, but this video is getting long. They never have to pay consequences. Riots, the destruction of property, possibly even the spilling of more young innocent life, all because they fan the flame, bring them down, tar and feather them. War against the media, because they are your number one enemy, America, whether you know it or not. Thank you for listening.